yogis. Thanks for joining me tonight, or whatever time you might be watching this. We're going to get into a fun flow and get stretching and get the heart rate up and have a great time. So come join me on the mat. Let me just check and make sure you guys can see me well. That'll work. Okay, so we are going to get started in a seated position. Be cross-legged and draw your hands down on your knees. Close your eyes. You won't need any props today, so don't worry about that. Just be here on the mat. Feel your sit bones rooting down. Lengthen up through the spine, through the crown of the head. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Sipping in a little more air. Out the mouth, let it go. One more cleansing breath like that. In through the nose. Sipping in a bit more air. Holding it at the top. Out the mouth, let it go. And just letting the breath do whatever it's doing naturally. With your eyes closed, start to focus on sounds that are happening outside of the room that you're currently in. Whatever sounds are happening in the distance, whether it's a roommate or a family member in another room, or cars driving by, neighbors. Just take your awareness to those sounds, to those distractions. Focus in on them. What's out there? And then I want you to shift your awareness to sounds that are happening right around you, maybe in the room that you're in. And then from those sounds that are happening in the room, draw your awareness to the feelings of your body. What's happening for you? So now instead of focusing on sound, we're focusing on places that we might be feeling tight, places we might be feeling relaxed. Scan the body from the head to the toes. Now start to work on your breath, breathing in and out through the nose. Find a nice steady rhythm to it. And see if you can feel the way that breath, take your breath there. Feel it expand through that place with your inhales. And feel it relax and ease on your exhales. Just take all of your awareness to the sound of the breath. So you can create a little audible whisper as the sound goes in and out through the nose, giving a bit of a restriction in the back of the throat. And just know that you can use this, so when something distracts you, whether it be outside of the room you're in or right there in the room with you, or if some place in the body is drawing your awareness to it, use your breath. Take your breath to the place in the body, or take your awareness to the sound of the breath Use that to come back to the present moment. With that awareness, we'll start to move. So you can blink the eyes open. You're going to take the fingertips of the right hand down to the earth. Reach your left arm up to the sky and take a big inhale. As you exhale, stretch the left arm over to the right, getting long across your left side. You might walk your right fingertips over a bit more. You might bend into the right elbow, just making that stretch deeper. It's up to you. Keep the heart rolling open. And come back to center, but keep your left arm lifted. Sweep your right hand behind the back. And let your left hand catch your right thigh for a twist, gazing over your right shoulder. And use your next inhale to grow taller through the crown of your head. And exhale to twist a little deeper. And slowly release. Take your left hand off to the side, tent the fingers, reach your right arm up to the sky, big inhale. Exhale, stretching your right hand over to the left. You might walk your left fingertips over if you did so on the other side, or bend into that left elbow, rolling the heart open. Come back through center. Right hand stays lifted. Left hand slides behind the back. Catch your left thigh with the right hand, gazing over your left shoulder. I'm going to unwind the gaze, unwind your body. We'll make our way onto tabletop. So plant the hands with the shoulders right over the wrists and your hips over the knees. And we're going to just stretch out the wrists a bit. So turn your fingertips out away from each other and shift side to side. And turn your fingers to face in toward each other. And small movement side to side if that's okay for you. Notice if you're dropping through the belly, see if you can lift and engage navel to spine. And turn your fingers forward. We're going to have a seat back on the heels. Now you can either keep the toes untucked, or if you want to stretch out the tops of the feet from the bottom and through the ankles, you can curl the toes under. A really good stretch. But if at any point that becomes too much, just uncurl the toes. And then send your hands forward out in front of you and make a fist. I'm just going to pretend like you're flicking water at someone out way in front of you, and keep the momentum going with it. Nice strong flicks. Building up the strength and activations in our forearms. Take your arms off to the sides. Keep that same flicking motion happening. Again, noticing your posture. Lift up through the crown, navel to spine. Hands up over the head. We'll keep it going. You've got this. I know it gets a little tougher, especially with the hands overhead. Start to lose some of the blood flow. It's harder to go as quickly. All right, last round, forward out in front of you one more time. We'll just do it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake that out. Come onto your hands. If you had your toes tucked, you can tap the feet. All right, fingers forward, spread the fingers wide. And just circle out the wrists in one direction. And take your circles the other way. Come through center. You're going to flip the right hand over. So the back of the hand is down, fingers towards the knee. Just starting with that one hand. No need to put a lot of pressure on that right hand as it's flipped over. Just give it what you need, don't overstretch it. And flip the right hand back. Left hand is going to flip. Fingers towards the knee, back of the hand pressing to the ground. But flip that left hand over. One more time. Fingers out to the side and side to side. We've warmed up our foundation. We're going to take it into downward dog. Turn your fingers forward. Curl the toes under. Lift the hips up and back into your first down dog. And then pedal out the legs a few rounds. Bend one knee. Bend the other. Stay long in the arms. Stay long in the back. Really keep the hips reaching to the back of the room. Melt both heels down towards the earth. Reach your right leg up to the sky, open up the hip, bend the knee, working your right heel towards your bottom. Then circle out the right ankle, or if you choose, you might circle the whole leg around. Send that right leg straight up and back behind you. Right knee to the right tricep, give it a tap and plank. Three-legged down dog, send it back. Knee to the nose, round the back. Step the foot through towards your right thumb. Drop the back knee down, arms up, Anjaneyasana. Lifting the belly away from that right thigh. You're welcome to sink into that front knee as much as you'd like, as long as it feels okay on the low back and on the right knee. Right hand to the right hip. Left hand's going to come behind the head like you were sunbathing. And lift the left elbow so you get a stretch across the left side. Now take the body back through center. Take your right hand to your left elbow. You're going to slide the left hand down the back any amount, stretching out the left shoulder. A couple breaths here. Draw your hands to your heart center and take a big inhale in. As you exhale, twisting, left elbow is going to catch the right thigh, drawing the palms closer to your heart center as you wring it out. Fingertips down to the ground, framing your right foot, and then start to straighten out the right leg. Pull your hips back, flex your right foot for half splits. Gently dropping the head down as you lengthen your heart towards the toes. Bend the right knee into a plank. Plant the palms, step back. Reach back through the heels, reach forward. Heart through the gate of the arms. Pushing the floor away. Downward facing dog. Lift those hips up and back. Lift your left leg to the sky. Open up the hip, bend the knee. And here you can choose, maybe it's circling the ankle, circling the whole leg around. Left leg straight up and back. Left knee, left tricep. Send the left leg high, inhaling. Knee to the nose, step the foot through, drop your back knee down, reach the arms up to the sky. Left hand to the left hip, right hand behind the head like it's sunbathing. Lift your right elbow to stretch the right side long. That left hand is sort of stabilizing the lower body, keeping you from falling over. Take your body through center. Left hand reaches for the right elbow, sliding the right hand down the back. Taking a few breaths here. Palms to your heart. Inhale in. Exhale, twist, right elbow outside of the left thigh. Palms towards your heart center. Noticing that it is the beginning of practice, so not feeling the need to really go overboard with your twist quite yet. You're giving yourself the space and the time to open up. Take your fingertips down to the ground, framing the left foot, and straighten the left leg, draw the hips back, flex the left foot, and fold for half splits. Find your breath here. With every inhale, finding length through the back, and every exhale, melting you a little further into this. Rebend the left knee, step back into a plank, pause there. You can stay with regular plank. We're gonna add on, shift your weight to your left hand, tap the right hand to your left shoulder. And right hand comes down, shift your weight to your right hand, gently tap left hand to right shoulder. Left hand down, shift the weight, right hand, left shoulder. Right hand down, shifting the weight, left hand, right shoulder. Left hand down, down dog, lift the hips up and back. Beautifully done. Lift your right leg high, open up the hip, bend the knee. Right knee, right tricep. Lift the leg high, inhaling. Knee to nose, step the foot through, drop your back knee down. Both arms reach up, Anjaneyasana. Hands out in front of you, turn the palms up to the sky. You're gonna take your left arm underneath the right, wrapping for eagle arms. So for some of you, that might be that the palms are touching. You also can take the backs of the hands together if that's more available. Or if you're feeling pretty tight, just draw the hands to your shoulders. Look for a bit of space between the hands and the face. Lift the elbows, gently relax the shoulders. Take an inhale here. Exhale, we're gonna make a twist, left elbow or elbows outside of the right thigh. And if it feels too much to take them outside of the legs, you can just kind of tap the top of the knee as well. Unwrap the arms, hands down, frame the right foot. Take it into half splits, straighten the leg, flex the foot. Rebend the right knee, step back into plank. Forearm plank, lower down. Reach back through the heels, heart reaching forward. Trying to get the booty in line with the back, not letting it sag or reach up to the sky. Drop the hips down, uncurl the toes, but keep your heart lifted. Look for the elbows to be right underneath the shoulders, and then pull back on the hands for space. Like you're trying to slide yourself to the front of the room. Release it down. Chin to the earth, hands are gonna come right alongside you. Fingers forward, elbows pinning back into a cobra. Heart rolls up, inhale. Child's pose, press back over the heels. On an inhale, come to all fours. Maybe drop the belly, lift the gaze. Downward facing dog. Take it back. Left leg to the sky, open up the hip, bend the knee. Left knee, left tricep, give it a tap. Lift the leg high, inhaling. Step the foot through, drop the back knee down. Arms sweep up, Anjaneyasana. Hands forward, palms up. Right arm underneath the left. Finding those eagle arms, whatever variation works best for you. And find a gaze point beyond the arms. We'll take it into that twist. Inhale here. Exhale, elbows either tapping the thigh or the knee or taking them just beyond it. Keeping space, don't let yourself fold onto your leg. Unwrap the arms, hands come down. Frame the foot, straighten the left leg, flex the left foot, half splits. Rebend the left knee, step back into plank and pause there. Forearm plank, maybe lowering the opposite arm down first. Just switching it up a little. And just making sure the feet are about hips distance apart. Drop your heels to the right. Coming back through center. Heels to the left. Back through center. Heels to the right. One more through center and to the left. Heels through center, drop the hips down, heart reaches through, uncurl the toes, Sphinx. Pulling back on the palms. Lower down, chin releases, hands slide back, right alongside the chest. Inhale into a cobra. Child's pose, press back over the heels. Inhale to all fours, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Downward facing dog, take it back. Come high up on the balls of the feet, a little bend in the knees, reach the hips back. And then walk, step, or float front of your mat. Halfway lift, heart out. Exhale, folding forward over the legs. Reach the arms up, rise to stand. Hands to your heart center. Arms sweep up, inhaling. Exhaling to dive down over the legs. Halfway lift. Step it back to plank. Maybe the knees down for your first chaturanga, hugging the elbows in as you lower. Inhale to cobra, downward facing dog. Heels lift high, put a little bend in the knees, reach the hips back. Walk, step, float, front of your mat. Half lift, heart out. Exhaling, fold it forward. Reach the arms up, rise to stand. Hands to your heart. Arms lift high, inhaling. Exhaling to fold forward over the legs. Halfway lift, heart out. Walk or step or floated back, chaturanga. Maybe up dog this time, elevating the thighs. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees, hips reach back. Front of the mat. Halfway lift, heart out. Exhaling, fold it forward. Reach the arms up, rise to stand. Palms to prayer, one more time. Starting Namaskara A. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhaling to dive it down. Half lift, heart out. Step or float back, chaturanga. Inhaling into your back bend. Exhaling to down dog. Bend the knees, hips reach back. Bottom of your exhale, walk or float. Front of the mat. Heart out, half lift. Exhaling, fold in. Chair pose, bend deep, reach high. Got anything going on in the low back or knees? Feet can be hips distance. Sink a little lower. Gaze down at your toes. If you can't see them, shift your hips back just a little bit more. And press to stand, hands draw to your heart center. Back into chair, bend deep, reach high. Exhaling to fold forward over the legs. Halfway lift, heart out. Step or float back, chaturanga. Inhaling into your back bend. Exhaling to down dog. Lift your right leg to the sky. Step it through. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Make sure your feet aren't on a tightrope. They're hips distance apart. Put a small bend in your back knee. Reach the arms up for crescent. So much like Anjaneyasana, but your knee is lifted. Power through your left heel and the left thigh. If you want to start to straighten out the back leg, you might do that. Make sure you're not feeling pressure in the low back. Take a breath in. As you exhale, hands down, step back to plank, lower, chaturanga. Inhaling heart through. Exhaling to down dog. Left leg lifts up. Step it through, ball of your back foot. Again, feet hips distance apart. Softness in the back knee. Reach the arms up. Power up through your back leg, through the right heel, the right thigh. Maybe sink a little deeper in the front knee. Left hip gently draws back. Take an inhale in. Exhaling, hands down. Step back to plank, lower, chaturanga. Heart through, inhaling. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Bend the knees, hips reach back. Bottom of your exhale, walk or float. Feet to meet your hands. Hard out, half lift. Exhale, folding forward. Chair, bend deep, reach high. Exhale, stand up, hands to your heart. Chair, bend deep, reach up. This time if you want to add a crow, palms can come down, shoulders distance apart, knees high up onto the backs of the arms. Look out in front of you, lean forward, rocking the weight forward. You might lift those heels up. Take it through a vinyasa, perhaps you shoot it back, or just step it back, whatever works. Downward facing dog. Right leg high, inhale. Step that foot through, ball of your back foot. Back to crescent, reach your arms up high. But this time we're gonna open it out, warrior two. Back heel comes down, arms open out. Torso turns towards the side of the room. Arms reach in opposite directions, nice and strong. There's a soft gaze over the front fingertips. Look for that 90-degree bend in the front leg. Then flip your front palm to the sky. Reach it up and back to a reverse. Make sure that left hand is really light, either on the back thigh or you could half bind it. Take a breath in here into those right side ribs. And as you exhale, windmill the right hand down and the left step back to plank, lower chaturanga. Heart through, inhaling. Exhaling, down dog. Left leg sweeps up high. Step it through, ball of your back foot into crescent, we reach high. And we're opening it out, warrior two, back heel comes down, arms open up. And so you want to make sure you're centered right between the legs. It's like there was a zipper pulling you up from the pelvic floor through the crown of your head, getting really tall, through the upper body as you find that grounding down through the legs. Flip the left palm. Keep all that grounding through the low body. Just reach up with that left hand to stretch the left side. Inhale to those left side ribs. Exhale, hand comes down. Step back, lower chaturanga. Heart through, inhaling. Exhaling, downward dog. Bend the knees, hips reach. Exhaling, fold it in. Chair, bend deep, reach high. Exhale, press to stand, hands to your heart. Chair pose, bend deep, reach up. If You want another crow, just a quick one here. And take it through your vinyasa. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. And so we're gonna make that last flow our flow for a few rounds. Get our heat going in the body. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, ball of your back foot. Crescent, inhaling up. Open it out, warrior two. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill the arms down, step back to plank, lower chaturanga. Heart through, inhaling. Exhaling to down dog. Left leg sweeps up. Step it through, ball of your back foot. Reach up, inhaling. Open it out, warrior two. Flip the left palm, reverse. Windmill the arms down. Step back, lower, through your vinyasa. Right leg to the sky, inhale. Step it through, ball of your back foot. Sweep the arms up, inhaling. Open it out, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse. Hands come down, step back, and flow. Heart through, inhale. Downward facing dog. Left leg sweeps up. Step it through, ball of your back foot. Reach up, inhale, crescent. Open it out, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse. Windmill those arms down, step back, lower, chaturanga. Heart through, inhaling. Downward facing dog, right leg to the sky. Step it through, ball of your back foot. Lift the arms, inhaling. Open it out, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse. Windmill the arms down, step back, lower, chaturanga. Heart through, inhale. Downward facing dog, left leg sweeps up. Step it through, ball of your back foot. Reach the arms high, inhaling. Open it out, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse. Windmill the arms down, step back, lower, chaturanga. Heart through, inhale. Down dog. We've got one more on each side. You guys have it. Right leg lifts up, challenge yourself. Step it through, ball of your back foot. You can always modify your vinyasas. Reach your arms high, inhale. Open it out, warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse. Windmill the arms down. Step back, lower. Heart through. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up. Step it through, ball of your back foot. Reach the arms high, inhale. Open it out, warrior two. Flip the left palm, reverse. Windmill those arms down, step back. Take it through your vinyasa. Once you hit down dog, you're gonna just drop the knees down, come to a child's pose. Hips reach back. Take your arms forward, and then just tuck the fingers, and then press the fingers into the floor to really reach back through the hips and get long through the arms and the back. Smooth out the breath. Come onto your hands and knees. Take your left arm up to the sky, off to the side. Thread that left arm underneath you. Come onto your left shoulder, your left ear is gonna melt down. Then reach your right arm forward to the front. If you prefer a different arm variation, you're welcome to take it. Again, work that breath. Notice where the mind's going, and if it's going anywhere else, take it back here. Take it to the breath, take it to the body. Unwrap yourself. Sweep your right arm up and open. And thread that right arm underneath you. Come onto your right shoulder. Your right ear is going to melt down. You can take the left arm forward to the front. Come back to your hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Heels lift high, little bend in the knees, reach the hips back, walk, step, or float front of your mat. Halfway lift, heart out. Exhaling, fold it forward. Chair pose, bend deep, reach high. Press to stand, hands to your heart center. So I want you to find a point of focus out in front of you, a spot on the wall. And we're going to draw our left knee to the chest. Flex your left foot like your left foot was on a block or something where it was stomping down. Now keep that energy through the left heel. Warrior three, send it back. And your gaze might shift to a spot on the floor out in front of you. Work on getting those hips nice and level. Deep bend in the right knee, land softly into a crescent pose. Reach your arms to the sky. And open it out, warrior two. Flip your right palm. Inhale, take it back, reverse. We're gonna land the right forearm on the right thigh. Reach your left arm to the sky. Pivot the left hand to face the front of the room. Reach that hand overhead, getting long from the left fingertips to the outer edge of your left foot. Ground down through the pinky toe side edge of that foot. Right. For your last two breaths, you might send your right arm forward as well, firing up the core. Warrior two, keep a bend in that front knee just for another moment, and then straighten it out. We'll set up for triangle pose. Lengthen the right arm forward as you dock the hips back. Right hand down, left arm to the sky. And that right hand can either just press against the ankle. You might be on a block if you've got one. You can land on the ankle. Just try not to land it on your knee if that's happening. And then work on space. Space across the arms, space from crown of the head to the hips. Just get big. Take that bigness with you into half moon. Look in front of your right foot, a little bend in the right knee, reach forward. And shifting the weight, we lift the back leg. And the back leg is energized through the left heel, toes to the side of the room. Just a couple more breaths. You're going to use your core to take yourself to standing, but only on one foot. So standing tall, left knee back to your chest. Oh yeah, made it there. Find that point of focus out in front of you again. Send the arms forward out in front of you. Left arm is going to go underneath the right arm to wrap for eagle arms. Left arm under right. Now left thigh is going to go on top of the right thigh. And you're going to sink down into both hips. For eagle legs, option to catch the calf with your toes, but definitely not needed. You can stay upright with it, or if you want to get lower, you start to take the elbows outside of the knees. Just an option. Couple breaths. Got to tuck it low, start to lift up, unwrap, sweep your arms up to the sky and an inhale, and palms to your heart, exhale. Ground down through your left foot, Draw your right knee to your chest. Press through that right heel. Warrior 3, send it back. Big bend in your left knee, landing softly into crescent pose. Open it out, warrior 2. Flip your left palm, reverse. Left forearm to the left thigh, right arm to the sky. Pivoting the right hand to the front of the room, reach it overhead so the palm now faces down to the ground. And then I'm using this left arm, but very gently. So that if I wanted to send it forward, I could, and we will do that for the next 2 breaths. Like you're holding a beach ball between the hands. Warrior 2, come up through center, straighten out the front leg. Reach forward through the left hand as you dock the hips back. Left hand down, right arm to the sky, triangle. Half moon, look in front of your left foot. We'll bend in the left knee, reach forward, lift it up. With control, power in that back leg. Energy through your top arm. We're going to come to standing on one leg. So use your core, lift your chest, right knee to the chest. Yeah, how do we do? Hands forward, out in front of you, palms up. You're going to take your right arm under the left, wrapping for eagle arms. Now right thigh over left thigh for eagle legs. Yeah, so right arm under left arm, right thigh over left thigh. And if you took it low on the other side, you might do it here. Maybe this side feels completely different. You want to give it a shot. Go for it. It's okay to fall out of it. Just come right back into it. It's okay if it feels different from one side to the other. Go ahead and lift up, release from that. Sweep your arms high, inhaling. Palms to your heart center. Beautiful. We got one more round of standing. Find that point of focus. Left knee lifts. Warrior 3. Send it back. Big step back to crescent, landing soft. Take your time. Again with the arms, send them forward, palms up. Left arm under right. Find those eagle arms. And take an inhale here. Now exhale to a twist. Elbows tap either on the thigh or maybe they come outside of it. We did this on the knee. It's a little trickier when we're lifted with that back knee, so really power through your back leg. All right, lift it back through middle. Take your time, it's tricky. We're gonna take it into a humble warrior. We're still working with this. Now we're inside of that right leg. Right hip creases gently drawing back. Find your breath. You know that right leg is starting to really get fired up. You've got it. And then release the hands down inside of your right leg. Heel toe your right foot over a couple inches. Maybe let that left leg sink a little more. And if it's okay for you, just circle it all out. Make sure your right knee is feeling okay. If you need to turn the toes out or walk that right foot forward a bit more, do that. Good. Plant the palms firm. A little bend in the back knee. We're going to step it forward to Malasana. Left foot outside of the left hand. Squat the hips. From here, just press into the feet. Lift all the way up to stand. Reach the arms high. And take the feet together as you draw the hands to your heart center. Gorgeous. Lift your right knee up, flexing the right foot. Find that point of focus. Warrior 3, send the right leg back. Gaze might shift to a spot out in front of you. Gently land it, crescent pose. Get pretty wide with your crescent. If you're on a tightrope, it's going to be not so fun. Hands out in front of you, palms up to the sky. Right arm under the left. Find those eagle arms. And take an inhale. Exhale to the twist. Elbows are just gonna tap the thigh, or maybe they come outside of it. Power through your right heel. And then use that energy from your right heel to lengthen through the crown of your head. We're gonna unwrap this twist, come back to that crescent, but don't do anything with the arms, keep them the same. Humble, take them to the inside of your left leg. Oh yeah, that feels pretty intense, but we're staying with it. We're getting low into that left leg, drawing the left hip crease back, finding our breath. Right, sending that breath to the places we need it the most, probably the left hip. And then unwrap the arms, palms come down, heel toe the left foot over to the left a couple inches. Maybe sink into that back leg. And also just drop the knee down if that feels better for you. Let's circle this out. Good. Palms firm, a little bend in your back knee. Malasana, right foot outside of the right hand. Squat it down nice and low. Lift up through the crown of your head. Beautiful. Have a seat down on your mat. Okay. We're going to go into Navasana. Heels are going to lift. Sweep your arms forward. Keep your back nice and long. And we'll find our core for a few rounds of Navasana sit-ups. Inhale, come halfway down. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And up. Good. Working on our obliques. Right forearm to the ground. Lift your left butt cheek. Left hand to that sunbathing position. Then inhale, lengthen out the legs. Lean back a little. Elbow to knee. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Add in. Last one. Take it in. Navasana, come through center. Switching sides, left forearm down. Right hand to sunbather's right booty lifts. Inhale, halfway down. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, you got two more. Take it out. Draw it in. Last one. Draw it in. Beautiful. Plant the feet down. Lengthen the back up nice and tall. Maybe give yourself a hug for a moment. Find your breath. Okay. Take your hands down. They're going to be in line with your shoulders, and they're going to be just a little wider than your hips. So if you took your hands right next to your hip, you just slide it back so that you could squeeze through it if you needed to. Plant your feet down, and we'll come into altar. So press into the feet, lift the hips up. Working on maybe getting your hips level with the knees. No need to drop the head back. Just gazing up at the sky perhaps for a moment. And from here, start to bend the knees, drop the hips down, but don't let them touch the ground. Instead, we're going to take them through the arms, straightening out the legs. You're on your heels. And back into altar. Inhale. Exhale, hips through the arms. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, take it through. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take it through. One more, lift it up. Take it through. Fun one. Pause here. Maybe lift your right foot. Maybe your left. Maybe both. For a moment. Okay, easier with blocks for sure. Okay, go ahead and bend your right knee. We're gonna take a twist. So cross your right foot over the left thigh. Right hand behind the back. Gazing over the right shoulder. Smooth out the breath. Try not to weight the back hand very much. Unwind the gaze. Unwind your body. Extend the right leg. Bend your left knee. You're going to cross your left foot over your right thigh. Left hand behind the back. Grabbing a hold of the left thigh. Gazing over the left shoulder. There's energy through your right heel as well. Every inhale, getting you taller. Every exhale, twisting you a little deeper. Unwrap the gaze. Unwrap the body. We're going to go into a headstand. And so if you've got anything going on in the neck or in the head, you can always just send your legs up a wall for a couple breaths instead of headstand. If you're newer to headstand, you might do this at a wall, right? So in that case, you would be facing the wall doing this. So I'll walk you through it. First off, you want to make sure that your arms are shoulders distance apart, so you can just grab your elbows in order to measure that out. And then place those elbows down on the ground. I like to tap the top of my head just to remind myself where I'm putting my head down. So you don't want it to be the forehead, right there in the middle. And then interlace your fingers. That's going to cup maybe where you have a ponytail or where a ponytail would go, right? Not a top one, a ponytail. So top of the head comes down, slide the back of your head into that cupped hand that you just created. Press down into your elbows, make sure they didn't go wide. Curl your toes under and hips go to the sky. Then walk your feet in as much as you can to get your booty over your shoulders and your head. And that might just be where you stay right now. And you're just focusing on getting that alignment. Otherwise, we're gonna play with lifting one leg and letting that take us up. Just reminder not to kick. So you never wanna kick when you're on your head or your neck. It's really not good for the neck. Right, so walk the feet in. Lift one leg, keep that L shape, right? So don't worry about getting the other leg up at all until you've already found your balance point. Then you might lift the other leg to meet it, right? But if you aren't there yet and you start lifting the other leg up, you're just gonna take yourself down with it, right? So practice with one side. Maybe you take a moment and then you try it with the other side, right? So elbows, shoulders distance apart, top of my head, curl the toes, lift the hips. And maybe I lift the other leg. Definitely not one that I play with often. It's gonna feel a lot different. Right. Lots of core, breathe. When you're ready to come down, just the same way that you went up, nice and slow. Maybe take a child's pose when you're all done with that. We will meet on our backs. Come onto your back, bend the knees, plant the feet down. Hands right alongside you. Walk the heels back until they graze the fingertips. Press into the feet. Inhale, lift the hips up to the sky. Interlace your fingers underneath you. Rock the shoulders under. Triceps press down, feet press down. Inner thighs wrap in. Breath is flowing. Slowly let yourself come down to the ground. Setting up for our final round of back bend, round 2. Again, either doing another bridge, or if wheel is in your practice, you're welcome to go into that. I'm gonna stick with bridge today. So press into the feet, inhale, lift the hips, interlace the fingers, rock the shoulders under. And just focus on that breath right there in the chest, opening up your heart space. Lower down, nice and slow. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Take your right hand to your right thigh, gently press it open. You can stay right there, thread the needle, left knee in towards you, grabbing a hold of the left thigh. Yourself, just be here. Taking your awareness back to the breath, back to those places in the body where you might be sending it. And then switch sides. Feet come down, cross your left ankle over the right thigh. Gently press the left thigh open. You can stay right there, thread the needle, right knee draws in, grabbing a hold of the right thigh or shin. Closing the eyes. Now, not just focusing on the breath, but especially focusing on the exhales, making them a bit longer. Every exhale relaxing you down through your body. Release and hug the knees into your chest. Give everything a nice big squeeze. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhale to release into a Savasana. Stretch out through the arms and through the legs. Lengthen out through the back. Let all of the weight go, being fully supported by the earth. All of the work is done. Let your next breath be a little deeper. You can wiggle the fingers or the toes. Reach the arms overhead to the back of the room. And bend the knees. We'll roll to your side. Press into your hands to make your way to a comfortable seat. Close your eyes and draw the palms down on the legs. Back to where we began. Maybe feeling quite different in the body and the mind. Let's take one more cleansing breath. Deep inhale through the nose. Let's draw the shoulders up by the ears, sipping in a bit more air, holding it at the top. Let it go out the mouth. Hands draw to your heart. Gently bow the head. Honoring this practice, honoring your choice to be on the mat. Sometimes I know it can be really hard, especially when you're home and there's so many distractions. So taking that time for you. May the light and awareness that you've created here shine with you throughout the rest of your evening or day and the rest of your week. Namaste. Yogis, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, or if you're watching this further on down the road, I hope you have a great weekend or beginning of your week, but whatever it is, I just hope that you come into it with a lot of peace and gratitude. And if things are distracting you or taking your attention away, just bring them back to what counts and what matters and what centers you, step by step. See you all again next week. Bye.